Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Here. It's here. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Here. That's it. Ah.
If you hold it in your hand, I think he'll go to you.
He won't come. He won't dare. Even if I put it close. Here. Look. Here. Look.
My ex-wife Mayra and I began our relationship, really more of a friendship, with Muskovy ducks when we moved into a condo complex in Margate, Florida that had 3 ponds and a healthy population of Muscovies. It took months of tempting the ducks with bits of shredded wheat cereal, unsweetened of course, before they were finally confident enough to eat from our hands, and the mamas allowed us near their babies. We still have 5, that's good.
Rain.
Mommy, you want some?
Ducky. Quacky CK, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Ducky in the water. Oh, come on. That's Ducky. Ducky loves to swim. Come on, Pee-wee. No, we gotta. Come with me. Come on. Pee-wee. Come on, sweetie. Come on, this way. Mommy, stop. Mommy, go. Come on. Let's stop. Let's go.
On several occasions, we were confronted with injured ducks, and after reviewing available research, were able to correct their problems, except for poor Pancakey, who was hit by a car soon after we cured his avian botulism. He waited calmly with me in the vet's waiting room, but sadly had to be euthanized once x-rays revealed a severed spinal cord in addition to his many other injuries. Twice we hatched ducks from their eggs. One duck we had raised from a tiny chick had successfully rejoined her flock and was sitting on her nest hidden under a thick, low-growing shrub. She knew and trusted us, so we were able to bring her food and water daily, which reduced her need to leave her nest daily to get what she needed to stay healthy for the brood she was expecting. On our last trip to see her, we found her shrub was torn up and the dirt around it disturbed. A maintenance man from the complex across the road saw us and asked if we were looking for the duck that hung around that shrub. When we answered we were, he told us she had been standing calmly next to the bush when a large dog off the leash approached her. She just stood there, not worried, apparently, as that dog grabbed her by the neck and ran off with her. I feel partially to blame for her misplaced confidence because we had raised her with 2 dogs with whom she got along with no problem. We took some of the eggs left in the nest and, following what information we could find, created a makeshift incubator to try and raise them ourselves. In the end, 2 of the eggs appeared ready to hatch. The chicks could be heard peeping inside their shells. I was working as a real estate agent at the time and was out showing houses when Mayra texted me a picture of a newly hatched chick. Soon afterward, when I got home, I met the new little guy and checked the other viable egg. It was still peeping, but showed no cracks. The books all said, don't help a chick hatch. You could introduce deadly infections to the chick, or the chick can't hatch because it is not viable. That second chick died in the shell. When I opened it later, I saw it was perfectly formed and looked like it would have survived with little help getting out of its shell. At 3 days old, Bella is having his first swim. I missexed him initially thinking it was a female. I was wrong. I was able to successfully reintroduce him to the few ducks living at the furthest pond in the complex, and he quickly became a duck celebrity among the residents there, who adopted him as the complex's mascot. I visited him regularly, and he would always fly to me when he saw my car entering the parking lot. 2 or 3 times a week, I would sit with him and give him treats. He would often take a 5 or 10-minute swim break and then come back to sit with me again. I have always regretted not at least trying to help Bella's sibling get out of its shell. Months later, in a similar situation, I disregarded the expert advice and helped Pee-wee out of his shell after he had been abandoned in the nest as the one egg that would not hatch. Pee-wee and I frequently walked to a nearby pond where he enjoyed swimming. Often, female Muscovies would pass close to him flirting, but alas, he showed no interest. He would swim around, unrestricted, until I stood up to go home. He would immediately run up to me and join me for the walk home. As Pee-wee prospered and grew, it reached the time where I felt he should be returned to the local Muskovy flock. I used all the tricks and techniques I had been successful with before, but he just would not go. As I approached the time for me to leave for my new home in Maryland, I felt there was no choice but to bring him with me. Now he has his own swimming pool, and occasionally we walk the neighborhood together. He sticks right by my side, and we both chill when he sits contentedly in my lap. That's the story of my pet Muscovy duck, Pee-wee. I hope you enjoyed it.